Hey guys, welcome to our 7th broadcast.
By the way, did you know that February was Black History Month?
No, why don't we go learn more about it?
Hey Lions, it's me, Drew. Since this month is Black History Month, the broadcast team wanted to honor some important African American individuals who contributed to society. Without further ado, here's a compilation of important African Americans.
Let's talk about one of the most important months of the year, Black History Month. This individual was an African-American slave who led the only effective and sustained rebellion in U.S. history. This man was Nathaniel Turner. The rebellion started on August 21st, 1831, when he and 4 other slaves killed their owners and rode off to freedom. Along with 75 other slaves, they killed 51 white people total, and they hid successfully for 6 weeks until they were unfortunately found and hung in Jerusalem, Virginia. But the result of this rebellion had a big effect on the laws of slavery, and many Southerners became fearful of slavery.
Scholar and activist W.E.B. Du Bois was born on February 23, 1868 in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. In 1895, he became the first African American to earn a Ph.D. from Harvard University. Du Bois wrote extensively and was the best-known spokesperson for African American rights during the first half of the 20th century. He paid his way through college with money from summer jobs, scholarships, and loans from friends. While working as a professor at Atlanta University, he rose to national prominence when he very publicly opposed Booker T. Washington's Atlanta Compromise, an agreement that asserted that vocational education for blacks was more valuable to them than social advantages like higher education or political office. Du Bois criticized Washington for not demanding equality for African Americans as granted by the 14th Amendment. Du Bois fought what he believed was an inferior strategy, subsequently becoming a spokesperson for full and equal rights in every realm of a person's life.
Thurgood Marshall was an African-American judge who later became a Supreme Justice. He became famous for being an important figure in the destruction of segregation as a whole. He was essential to the destruction of the Jim Crow laws, segregation laws towards African Americans. Without him, majority of segregation laws would still be up and running. One of his most famous victories was the 1954 Brown versus Board of Education dealing with public school separation for blacks. As you can see, he was an incredibly influential person of the legal world.
Jackie Robinson was the first African-American baseball player to break the color barrier in the major leagues. He was born on January 31st, 1919. In his decade-long career with the Dodgers, Robinson and his team won the National League pennant several times. Finally, in 1955, he helped the team achieve the ultimate victory, winning the World Series. In December 1956, Robinson was traded to the New York Giants, but he never played a game for the team. He retired on January 5th, 1957. After his long career, he died on October 24th, 1972.
Tiger Woods is a professional golfer. He was born in Cypress, California in 1975. He began to learn about the game of golf when he turned 1 year old, and he was featured in the magazine Golf Digest when he was 5. He entered his first professional tournament at the age of 16. Also, he attended Stanford University for 2 years. He won the U.S. Masters at Augusta in 1997 with a record score at age 21, making him the youngest man and the first African American to earn the title. He won another 13 majors and was named the PGA Player of the Year 10 times over the next 10 years. But he struggled to keep his top form because of personal problems in 2009. Tiger Woods has shown the same hard work ethic found on the golf course on his charity work. The Tiger Woods Foundation was established in 1996 by Tiger Woods and his father. Initially, these consisted of golf clinics aimed at disadvantaged children. The association has been expanding, and a partnership with St. Jude Hospital was created. A Tiger Woods Learning Center was also founded for character development.
Black History Month is one of the most important months of the year. Not only being the highest scorer of all time and the inventor of one of the most famous post moves, the sky hook. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has many achievements, but his greatest one yet is the Skyhook Foundation, giving kids ages 9 through 11 a bigger and better dream. Encouraging kids to get into STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, to give kids a brighter future, to give kids a shot that can't be blocked. Kareem is also a major activist. Activism is the policy or action used using vigorous campaigning to bring out political or social change. Kareem boycotted the 1968 Summer Olympics due to a civil rights protest and racial justices. Kareem plays a big part in Black History Month.
Annie Turnbow Malone was an African-American inventor, businesswoman, and philanthropist. Annie Malone was the first African-American woman to become a millionaire by developing a hair product to straighten African-American women's hair without damaging it. She eventually created an entire line of hair care and beauty products specifically for Black women. She used her wealth to promote advancement of African Americans and gave away most of her money to charity. Annie Turnbull Malone has changed the world in many different ways. For one, she showed the world your skin color doesn't define your success.
Bob Marley was born in a different time than we live in today. Jamaica had been in slavery and colonialism for over 200 years. This had a great effect on him because he was born from a white mother and a black father. He was treated with even greater disdain because of his mixed race and was forced to live in the slums. But soon he discovered his love for music. Unlike most of the music of today, he wrote music that meant something. He wrote music about the state of the world and also about the religion he was criticized and beaten for in his childhood. It really hit the heart of the people and made a lot of them stop the hardships they had with the people of his race and religion, Rastafari. Although a lot has changed, his music is still very relevant to our everyday lives, where mistrust and intolerance are still very dominant.
Pele was a 3-time World Cup champion and was named FIFA Club Player of the Century in 1999. He also won 6 Brazilian titles, 2 Copa Libertadores, 2 Intercontinental Cups, and 3 Rio Paulo tournament titles. He was born on October 23, 1940, and is 78 right now. He is a global ambassador for soccer and other humanitarian causes. Also, in 2018, he launched the Pele Foundation that helps children living in poverty.
George Washington Carver was known as an accomplished peanut connoisseur. Among other things, he didn't care about the money he made, only the people he met along the way. He never wrote anything down, and he cured tuberculosis. George Washington Carver was an American agricultural scientist and inventor. Carver is credited with inventing about 300 uses for peanuts. Born January 1, 1864 in Diamond, Missouri, and died January 5, 1943 in Tuskegee, Alabama. One of his most famous quotes is, "Education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom."
We've talked about and learned about these famous African Americans that were crucial to history. Let's go back to the studio with Giselle and Luke.
Man, this year's been flying by. I can't believe it's already Valentine's Day.
You want to hear some good pickup lines?
Why not?
Are you bred because you're the love of my life?
Wait, hear this one. I got a really good one.
Oh no.
Ready?
No.
Are you a typewriter? Because you're just my type. That was pretty good, right?
No, let's just go hear some good ones with Lourdes and Saif.
Fine.
I can't believe I'm going into Valentine's Day single. I mean, I know why you are, but not me.
For your information, I bet I can get more people to like my Valentine's Day pickup lines than you can.
You sure do sound confident.
Wanna bet?
Sure, but I'm gonna win anyways.
We'll see.
Hello? Hi, Miss Rose. Excuse me? You're hotter than the bottom of my laptop.
What?
If nothing lasts forever, will you be my nothing?
Sure.
Yeah!
Hey, Grace. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together.
Damien, are you a magician? Because every time I see you, everyone else disappears.
Somebody call the cops, because it must be illegal to look that good. Michaela, are you Wi-Fi? Because I'm feeling a strong connection.
Oh, cute! Well, looks like I am the real champion.
Okay, whatever. There's always next year.
You're just jealous. Let's go back to the studio with Giselle and Luke.
You know, I really hate the Patriots. They keep winning the Super Bowl.
You know, that sounds like a personal problem, but let's go see more with Brett.
The Super Bowl is an annual American football game played between one team from the AFC and one team from the NFC. This year, the Patriots and the Rams faced off in Super Bowl 53, but to get there, they had a lot of adversity to fight through. In the semifinals, the Patriots played the Chiefs and won with a score of 37-31, and the Rams played the Saints and won with a score of 26-23. But the Patriots, in the end, obtained the grain with a score of 13-3.
Did you hear that some people
from our school went to the African American Bowl?
No. I wonder how they did.
Yeah, let's go check with Adam.
The African American Bowl is a competition where male students across the city come together to compete in an academic bowl. The purpose of this program was to encourage African American students to enroll in college and see what being on a college campus is like. But the competition itself takes place at the University of Texas at Dallas. The way this works is there are categories of questions. These include mathematics, engineering, and events that happened in the past and are happening now. Answering a question correctly will earn your team some points. But that's all from me. Let's send it back to Luke and Giselle in the studio.
That's it for this broadcast.
See you guys next time.